Connor, the fitness world is still buzzing. For years, Jeff Nippard has been seen as the gold standard of science-based natural lifting. But recently, his take on the natural limit ignited a firestorm. Has Jeff Nippard completely ruined his name and reputation? Was he wrong in his assessment of certain physiques?
Maria, those are the exact questions we're tackling today, and the controversy runs deep. It's about more than just numbers. It's about trust, inspiration, and what's truly achievable for the natural athlete. Today, we're dissecting why Jeff Nippard's stance, while scientifically sound on paper, may have missed a critical part of the human element in this natty or not debate. Welcome to Strength Unleashed, the podcast where we break down the science, challenge the norms, and empower your growth. I'm Connor.
And I'm Maria. We're diving into the firestorm that erupted when Jeff Nippard in his video claimed certain individuals like Hussein Farat and Julian Fitzgerald, who appeared to look like they're on steroids, were most likely natural. This sparked a ton of controversy. People are genuinely asking, how can someone achieve that look naturally?
That's the crux of it, Maria. Jeff even had to make a response video covering the natural ceiling through historical examples of pre-steroid physiques, the FFMI scale, and science-backed information on how muscular one can be as a natural athlete. His explanation was solid, covering a lot of what we already know.
So, for those unfamiliar, what exactly is the FFMI scale, and how does it play into this natural limit discussion?
FFMI stands for Fat-Free Mass Index. It's essentially your fat-free mass, your total weight minus your fat body, divided by your height squared. It's a way to standardize muscularity relative to height. For reference, Jeff Nippard himself has a very respectable FFMI of 24.4, putting him at the upper spectrum of natural athletes.
And the traditional understanding is that an FFMI above 25 is often considered suspicious for natural athletes, right?
That's the general benchmark, yes. However, Jeff pointed out that some natural athletes, specifically bodybuilders and American football players from pre-steroid eras, have indeed breached that 25 FFMI mark while being natural. So, in theory, the natural limit is very high. Some people, given the right genetics, years of correct training, and optimal nutrition, can achieve an FFMI over 25 and look absolutely jacked.
So, based on FFMI, these individuals like Hussein Farat and Julian Fitzgerald could be natural.
According to Jeff's assessment, yes, Hussein Farat had an FFMI of 22.8 and Julian was at 25, meaning their physiques on paper are technically within this so-called natural limit. And he's not wrong. There is research to prove that this level of muscularity is possible naturally.
Okay, so the science says it's possible, but what was the main point of contention then?
The main issue, which Jeff also mentioned, was the time frame in which both of these guys made their gains. Hussein supposedly gained 50 to 60 pounds of lean mass in just 3 years, though in reality, it was closer to 18 months. And Julian gained all of his muscle before even turning 19. That kind of rapid, significant gain, especially at a young age, raises eyebrows.
It certainly does, but Jeff did drug test them, correct?
Yes, he did. Jeff blood tested both individuals and found their blood markers were indeed within natural levels at the time of testing. However, this is where the conversation gets incredibly nuanced, and perhaps Jeff's analysis, while scientific, may have missed a critical part of the human element in this natty or not debate.
So a clean blood test doesn't necessarily mean they're lifetime natural.
Absolutely not. As we've learned from documentaries like Icarus, athletes are able to regularly pass drug tests even while taking performance-enhancing drugs. An individual could have cycled off steroids before testing and still pass, or even if they built their physique on steroids in the past, if they are still within the natural limits of FFMI, they might be able to maintain that muscle and leanness for a long period without regressing even after cycling off.
This is where the statistics meet the reality of human behavior and incentives. When we come back, we're going to dive deep into that incentive argument that Jeff didn't fully explore in his video and why it's crucial to understanding the natty or not crisis.
Don't go anywhere. Tell us in the comments, what's your personal natural limit benchmark and why? We discussed the scientific possibility of achieving high FFMIs naturally and the limitations of single-time drug tests. Now, Maria, let's talk about the elephant in the room that Jeff Nippard didn't fully address in his video, which is incentive.
Incentive, meaning what motivates someone to potentially misrepresent their natural status?
Precisely. As the top comment on Jeff's video pointed out, many don't truly care if someone is natural or not. They care about honesty. That's largely what the natty or not crisis boils down to.
And we see plenty of successful influencers who are open about PED use. Sam Selleck, Noble Dazel, Chris Bumstead, Mike Israel Tell, Craig Dosset. Their success isn't hindered by their honesty.
Exactly. Steroids themselves aren't what makes someone unlikable or determines their brand success. However, looking a certain way does drive attention to their brand. The prime difference is that open PED users can be less relatable to natural lifters, who then seek advice from creators they believe are natural because their content feels more applicable to them.
So, if you market yourself as natural with an incredible physique, you attract a huge audience who believes they can achieve a similar look.
And they're more inclined to believe what you say, follow you, and most importantly, buy stuff from you. This includes training plans, supplements, and even expensive coaching. Your physique in the fitness industry becomes your biggest credential, driving your credibility.
So the financial incentive for being a fake natural is enormous.
Tremendous. We see it in the science-based lifting community too. Guys who've only trained for 2 to 3 years, despite giving solid advice, might get overlooked because they don't have that insane physique yet, whereas someone with a great physique is perceived as more knowledgeable. In the fitness industry, how you look is literally the biggest credential.
And with PEDs, even small amounts, the change you can make to your physique is tremendous.
That's the core of the fake natural issue. They are often making money off of a lie. In today's social media world, where you can access most of the world through platforms like TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, you could technically sell a lie to nearly everyone with funds and internet access.
So even if the physiques are technically within natural limits from a theoretical perspective, the incentive to take PEDs to build that solid, attention-grabbing physique is massive, purely for business.
Exactly. This has worked for so many other influencers in the past, from Liver King selling supplements to Michael Hearn selling duck eggs. While those are extreme examples, the problem extends to those near the natural ceiling whose legitimacy is hard to prove or disprove.
The issue isn't just the drugs then, it's the selling of a dream built on false advertising.
And Jeff didn't mention any of this stuff, probably because it can't be quantified. It can't be used as scientific proof. But it's an undeniable, unquantifiable factor. There's a big incentive to take PEDs and then lie about it if you can make a lot of money, get famous, and it's difficult to disprove.
So Jeff did the best he could with scientific methods by blood testing them, but that's not enough to definitively prove natural status.
To be truly effective, they should be tracked in the gym for months, getting tests done weekly, which is simply unrealistic and nobody would agree to it. This highlights the limitations of a purely scientific, quantified approach when dealing with human behavior and incentives.
This sheds so much light on why the audience reacted so strongly. It's not just about the numbers, it's about the perceived integrity. When we come back, we're going to dive into how to navigate this landscape as a natural lifter and build your physique on a foundation of truth and consistency.
Don't go anywhere. Tell us in the comments what's your opinion on the fake natural issue in the fitness industry. Beyond the natural limit, we've dissected Jeff Nippard's scientific stance and uncovered the powerful role of incentives in the natty or not debate. Now let's talk about what all of this means for you, the natural lifter.
It feels a bit depressing, honestly, to think that so many might be misrepresenting themselves. How do we stay motivated when the playing field feels uneven?
That's a huge challenge, Maria, and that's why understanding this is so important. Jeff's video for many felt wrong because he seemed to be defending someone like Julian Fitzgerald, who openly admits to training poorly and eating poorly, yet achieved an FFMI maxing physique rapidly.
I go to Wendy's, you know what I mean? Nothing crazy. That directly contradicts the principles of hard training and meticulous nutrition that natural lifters are told are essential.
And that's where the congruence breaks down. While statistically genetic anomalies exist, the probability of someone achieving such rapid gains with poor training and diet is extremely low. Jeff's credibility took a hit not because his science was wrong, but because his conclusion felt improbable and dismissive of the struggle of the average natural lifter.
So what's the mindset we should adopt as natural lifters?
Focus on your own journey and your own truth. Acknowledge the reality. Understand that the fitness industry is complex. PEDs are a factor. Social media highlights genetic anomalies and potentially enhanced physiques. This awareness reduces the trap of comparison and unrealistic expectations. Prioritize honesty for yourself and in who you follow. Seek out creators who emphasize integrity, even if they're not the biggest or most shredded. Congruence between what they preach and what they do is paramount. Embrace the process. Natural growth is slow, hard, and requires relentless consistency. That's the beauty of it. Celebrate every small gain, every extra rep, every moment of discipline. That's real growth. Master the fundamentals. Focus on what you can control. Progressive overload, always challenging yourself safely, optimal nutrition, adequate protein, calories for your goal, and micronutrients. Quality sleep, maximize recovery and hormone optimization. Mind-muscle connection. Learn to feel and command your muscles.
So it's about building your physique on the truth of consistent effort, not the illusion of overnight gains.
Exactly. Jeff Nippard's initial premise that you can look like you're on steroids naturally isn't entirely wrong on paper, but the context, the time frame, and the incentives often tell a different story. For you, the natural lifter, your path to a powerful physique is built on integrity, consistency, and a deep understanding of your own body's potential.
Connor, this has been an incredibly insightful and empowering discussion. It helps clarify so much of the confusion in the industry.
My hope is that it empowers you to approach your training with a clearer mind, less frustration, and a renewed focus on what truly matters for your growth.
For everyone serious about building their natural physique with a science-backed, integrity-first approach, check out our Natural Lifters Growth Blueprint program, linked in the description. It's designed to give you the exact strategies and mindset to thrive.
Hit that like button if this discussion helped you, subscribe to Strength Unleashed for more hard-hitting fitness truths, and leave a comment below. What's one lesson you're taking away from today's discussion to apply to your own fitness journey?
Go forth and build your natural strength, truthfully and powerfully.